Hello and welcome to the Kraken 2.4 release. In this short video, I will show you how to create 2D views and how to group variables by unit. So let's get started right away. The first thing we notice is that in the Windows window, we now have an option to create IJK 2D views. To create a new 2D view, simply right-click on the item and select New IJK 2D View. We see that we now have a plotting window for this new view in the main workspace. We'll go ahead and maximize that, and we'll just drag and drop our main grid onto the workspace. At this point, it's worth noting that the 2D view has the same configurations and the same customization capabilities as the 3D views. For example, if we go to the 2D view tab, we see that coloring, fonts, and sizing can be adjusted as usual. Now if we go on to the orientation tab, we see that we can look at our grid from the I, J, and K directions. Let's say, for example, that I want to look at the J direction. And I would like to advance now to a layer where something is happening. So we do that, and let's say I want to look at layer 42 as an example. Okay, so now we're seeing layer 42, that's section cut, and we can zoom in and out as usual, and we can pan left to right, up and down as usual with the same functions. Now, what if I wanted to look at the water saturation for this section cut? I'm going to right click on the section cut, which will open up a selection window for coloring. Go down to transient grid function and select water saturation. I can advance the timeline to a point where something significant is happening with my grid, and let's say I stop right about here. Okay, now we can zoom in, and if we use shift click, we will interrogate or inspect the cells of interest. Okay, and now if I press R, I'll go back to my default view. And this concludes the first portion of our video on how to create IJK 2D views. To demonstrate how to group variables by unit, we create a new workspace, drag and drop our well onto the main workspace, and we maximize the time plot, and we'll add the gas production rate to the existing curves. Now we'll see that by default Kraken has assigned the y-axis by property, which is shown in the Windows editor, which means that each one of these variables has its own y-axis. On the other hand, if we changed the axis assignment to by quantity, we see that Kraken will group the water and oil production rates on the left side of the time plot, as it recognizes that these are both liquids, and it will leave the gas production rate by itself on the right side. And finally, we can show that if we changed the axis assignment to by unit, Kraken will recognize that all variables, the gas production rate, oil production rate, and the water production rate have the same units, and will display them on the same y-axis. This concludes our short video on the new features in Kraken 2.4. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.